So let us take few more question and answers in our organization architecture series. So now the first one is mention the group of lines in the system bus. You know system bus. This is just a wire. You can understand just like a wire where the data may flow. So system bus has address lines and data lines. These are the wires. This one may be address lines, data lines. This is for addressing, this is for transferring the data. For control signals, we have control lines. What is bus master and slave master? Input output operations, they involve data transfers between the input output device and the memory. So in all the preceding operations, memory is passive and slave device with respect to system bus instructions. Whereas the CPU can control the system bus, that is, it may serve as a bus master. This is the bus master and slave master. What is the use of input output controller, IO controller? The magnetic disk and the other secondary memory stable storage, they need to be connected to the system via interface circuits called the input output controllers. What happens here? Let me tell you. This is your system. It has OS in it. OS means operating system. OS has its own program. Now you want to control or add some input output. OS works with system calls. How your device is going to be known to OS and how this OS will interact with this input output device. So you have a input output controller. Sometimes we also have another thing which is known as the device drivers, you can say. But input output controller are those controller which actually controls this input output and interface it with the operating system. That performs a series of parallel to series format conversions and the other control functions. So it can interface many input output device to the system bus. This input output controller we are talking about is not in of this case. We are talking about in this particular question. This is just an example, a trivial example I'm giving. But input output controller in your actual CPU system or your architecture, what you have is there has to be some certain controller to interface the system bus. So system interface the input output device with the system bus. So this IO controller does that. Define synchronous and asynchronous communication. Synchronous and asynchronous means you have particular period or time. Asynchronous, there is no time. So in synchronous communication, each item is transferred during the time slot. Both source and destination know this. At what time source sends and at what time destination receives it. Data transfer is slow. In asynchronous communication, data transfer is faster, and that can be used for a long distance communication. So each data item is being transferred, which is accompanied by the control signals. So these control signals, they decide the data. What is strobe signal? The data ready request signals. They are used to load data from the source unit to the bus, or from the bus to the destination unit. So if this is a bus loading the data and taking out the data or accepting the data, this is where this strobe signals comes into picture. So such control signals, these are known as strobe signals. What is bus arbitration? The possibility exists that the server master or slave units connected to a shared bus will request access to the bus at the same time. Both may access the bus at the same time. So a selection mechanism called the bus arbitration is required to enable the current master, which will still refer to the bus controller to decide among such competing requests. Mention the type of bus arbitration. It can be daisy chaining, polling, independent requesting. What is input-output control methods? It refers to the data transfer between the input-output device and the memory, or between the IO and the CPU. For example, testing the status of a device or to determine if they are required service or they need the attention of CPU. This is the IO control method. What is direct memory access or DMA? The CPU and IO controller interact only when the CPU yield or produces the control of the memory bus to the IO controller in response to the request from the latter. This level of IO control is called the direct memory access. And IO device interface control circuit is called the DMA controller. Here if you have input output and you have memory, you have CPU. CPU comes in between always. But if you want to bypass CPU, you use DMA, which is a direct memory access from the IO. What are the advantages and disadvantages of bus? Advantage of is low cost and versatility. Disadvantage of bus is it creates communication bottleneck, and it limits the maximum input-output throughput, and also the bandwidth limitation. So what are the type of buses? Processor memory bus, input-output bus. These are process memory bus, input-output buses. These are all buses. So what are the input-output data transfer method using memory buses? There are three methods used for data transfer between I/O devices and CPU. We have program I/O or polling or interrupt-driven input-output. Direct memory access is also one type of data transfer using memory buses. Differentiate synchronous and asynchronous. This we have already seen, but we'll just try to show it again, just because this is an important question. And here synchronous communication, a time slot. Asynchronous, no time slot, just random, controlled by the control signals. How the interrupt is handled during exception. The CPU identifies first the source of interrupt. What is the source of interrupt? Then CPU obtains the memory address of the interrupt handled, like this. Okay. So then this PC is loaded with the address of the interrupt handler, and then handling program is called to handle this. This is kind of what is a full handshake. A change of state in one signal is followed by the change in another signal. So it provides the highest degree of flexibility and reliability. Full handshake. What is interrupt latency? Saving register also increases the delay between the time and the interrupt request which is received instead of execution of the interrupt service routine. This delay is known as interrupt latency. Define centralized arbitration. It means that all devices waiting to use the bus have no equal responsibility in carrying out the arbitration process. Distributed arbitration. It means that all devices waiting to use the bus have equal responsibility in carrying out the arbitration process without using central arbitrator. Define the bus master. The device that is allowed to initiate data transfer on the bus at any given point of time is bus 1. This is the bus master. Okay. So now we have taken the few questions, and thank you so much for your time.